right. Happy January. And I'm really excited on here. Like, it's going to do a very short video, but why do I live stream? You know, one of the pieces here in live streaming that is so powerful, I have to give a big head nod to my very good friend Kiki Italian, who has been doing this for years, pre-pandemic. And I used to be so jealous because she would push a button and she would stream to like over 20 locations. And then the pandemic hit, and I go, all right, I'm just going to sit down and finally figure this out. And now I finally figured it out. And so literally with a push of a button right now, we're streaming to 15 different locations. And I'm going to share a little bit about that. But before I do that, I'm going to share, I have two very cool guests with me. The number one guest, good friend of Tony, right? And she is an amazing virtual producer, a recent graduate of our Engaging Virtual Producer class. We have Morgan with us. Hey, Morgan, what's going on?
Hi, John.
Hey, yeah. Thank you, Morgan. And wait, where are you calling in from today? You're calling in from?
Houston, Texas.
That's right. So all of our Texas friends, hi y'all. What's up?
Mhm.
Morgan, why do you want to learn how to live stream?
Because I think that it's an extra benefit for my customers, my hosts, and my speakers. They get the benefit of not only talking to their room, but being able to be streamed to 20 or so places all at the same time. It allows them to reach a broader audience so that
Yeah.
they way they can get in touch with more people.
And let me add to that, Morgan. Number one, live streams get more marketing value than just if you putting up a video. And almost every speaker knows that, right? So that's one.
Mhm.
And the second one is that the authenticity alive is so big because you can't go back. You know, if I flub and make a mistake here, right, it's going to be on this live stream forever. And audiences, I think, appreciate that because they see more authentic pieces of somebody as opposed to what they know what might be a like perfected, edited type of thing. Right, Morgan?
Yes, right. Correct.
Let's bring in our other good friend here, other producer, just recent graduate and doing amazing stuff with his company. We have here producer Shawn Locke. Hey, Shawn, what's going on? And
Hey,
great
John.
office, by the way.
What's that?
I said great office, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. Given you gave me the background, I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Shawn, why do you want to learn how to live stream?
You know, it's really about connecting people to information. And I think one of the things that you just said where, you know, the value of live versus a recorded video, people really appreciate that interaction. If you think about so many of the different types of people that, you know, have regular podcasts live, what you just get that spontaneity that you don't get when it's a recording, and it's you're less likely to disengage when it's live and you know questions are coming in and it's not pre-planned.
Yeah, and speaking of which, top tip here, I just want to give a shout out to my good friend in Sweden, Martin Clover, who is watching us from Sweden, right? And that's the stuff you can't expect. But if you do these best techniques, which is now someone like a producer like Morgan and Shawn, when they create the stream, can be watching that Facebook stream and come back and give me a message if I was the host of this and saying, hey, give a shout out to Martin. Right. And so that makes that person feel included. And so you can grow your audience. You can do cool new things. And basically everybody can become a television station, right? With the power of your computer and your
Yeah.
internet line. So, oh my gosh. And Martin just chatted back. He said, hello, John. Okay, good. So one of the ways then, how do I live stream? I'm going to tell you a big complicated system, and then I'm going to share with you the easiest part. All right. And then we're going to get any final questions from Morgan and Shawn. So I'm trying to see if I can do this in the simple way, which is I use Zoom because everyone can log into Zoom, right? And so when I have guests like Morgan and Shawn, I give them a Zoom link. Now, Zoom has given us a service and they says, take whatever Zoom is seeing and live stream it. And so now we can take a known, easy tool, and I don't have to put you in something else, right? That you already know, and just come in here and then say, hey, and now we can go and extend the reach of this meeting, not just from the people in attending, but to everybody who's on social media, which we all believe is really big. So the last piece I do is that there's a service, and I personally use restream.io. By the way, I'm not being paid anything to say this. Restream.io, and that was the one Kiki was using. And again, right now I'm connected to 15 services, multiple Facebook pages, multiple LinkedIn pages, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, right? And a whole bunch of social media channels like in Russia and India, which I would never get a chance to reach out to. And when I push a button, it takes all the data that you see here right now on Zoom, takes it to Restream, and then Restream, as it says, takes it out and creates 15 new streams out of that single stream and broadcasts to all that place. Now, let me tell the easy version. Zoom has multiple services built in. I believe that YouTube is one and Facebook is the other. And so in a moment, I'm going to show Morgan and Shawn how to do this. All you have to do is say, go live to YouTube, and then you log in with your username and password, and Zoom will do everything else. And so it'll take your channel and start putting a live video there. And that's about it. As long as you have your username and password and can authenticate however you did that. And Facebook is relatively the same way. So again, once you set it up too, after the first time, it's one button, and that's really the key. Let's just check in. Morgan and Shawn, now based on that, do either of you have any questions about how to go live streaming?
No, not as now. I don't.
Okay, great. Shawn?
I'm really new to live streaming, and so I started playing around with Restream and realized, like setting up YouTube, that I had to go set up some things in YouTube. So I figure a lot to learn.
That is correct too. So that actually, Shawn brings up a great point, which is YouTube, you cannot stream live to without kind of applying to it. And quite often it takes 24 hours to get that accepted. YouTube, I think, is actually the only one right now. If you have an established YouTube account, you can go straight to it. LinkedIn also actually used to have a big application process. Now I think it's gotten easier, but you do need to know this. Before you go live streaming, I'm just going to do the technical term. Take a look at it, and you got to do some stuff. And before you live stream something really important, do a test. Because most of this stuff doesn't work the way that you want it to. I can tell you that I've had to learn a lot of stuff. And actually, I'm going to out myself now too. Morgan and Shawn saw me that because this is why you want to pay people who live stream if you don't do it all the time. Even I forgot to set something up before clicking this button. So I ran the whole sequence that comes in here after this amazing 30-second video that you watch at the beginning and end. And then I had to tell Morgan and Shawn, we are not live streaming right now. And so even myself, again, I have 35 years of experience here online. You can make mistakes if you are not very careful. And so a great producer like Morgan, Shawn, and myself, we take extra care with our clients to make sure all those steps are in place so that when you go live, that one, it goes live, and two, you look great and sound great.
And
So
the thing, John, is that the difference between the two sessions is, and I didn't notice it first, was the second time around, you get the notification from Zoom
yes,
to be aware that it's live streaming.
yes, and as a producer, Shawn, all these, so I told them, they asked me, how did you know you didn't go live streaming? And I said, I got a dialog box in a browser from Zoom saying, where's my info? Where am I supposed to go? And that's why it's my first indicator. And the other indicator is like right here, at least on my screen, is a little thing that says live, right? Mm-hmm. You are currently live. There's a red button with the right letters, live. If you don't see that, you are not streaming, right? And so stop immediately and figure out what went wrong, right? Or abandon your live stream and then come back. But again, those are as you get experience in this, everything is giving you signals. And if you don't get one of those signals, you should immediately get the sense that something is wrong. Thank you so much for that, Shawn. All right, excellent. So if you want to learn more about live streaming, hey, click the link inside of there. You can meet with me. I'll meet with anybody for 30 minutes and share with you how you can start your live streaming career. All right, let's see. We're going to say goodbye to Shawn. All right, thank you so much, Morgan. And we'll see you back here next time.
Don't we start people and keep old people? Show you got heart.